Beans, there are all kinds. Black, white, red, the Mexican jumping bean. But it's the soybean that's really become the leader of legumes, the prince of protein. And there was once a day where the soybean was also one smooth ride. When you think of American inventor Henry Ford, you naturally think automobile, the Model T, assembly lines. But before he found industrial success, Henry Ford had rural beginnings. He was raised on a farm, and even after he'd moved from farming to factories, Henry Ford kept a place in his heart for all things pastoral. And at the intersection of his farming past and his factory future was the soybean. His vision for the soybean was big, and he began planting acres of farmland with soybeans and dreaming up every possible use for his favorite crop. Inside Henry Ford's soybean experimental laboratory, curator of transportation Matt Anderson filled me in on Ford's ambitious vision for the modest soybean. The most obvious use, food.
Soybean had been around for thousands of years in Asia, but it really didn't take off in the United States until the early 20th century. Henry Ford saw a lot of great potential in the soybean for solving food needs. It was a great animal feed for one, but then he thought it might even help with humans. And he was famous for serving whole meals made of nothing but soybean products.
Like what?
Well, tomato soup with soy sauce, or apple pie with a soybean crust, soy milk, soy ice cream, soy biscuits, soy butter, you name it, he tried it.
Perhaps a more obvious, though abstract, application for Henry Ford to explore with the soybean would be automobiles. I suppose it should come as no surprise that the man whose name is synonymous with the Model T would try to build a car from this miracle crop.
And what's this about the edamame Edsel?
Henry Ford was big on using soy-based plastics in his cars, and a lot of the Fords had soy-based plastic horn buttons, switches, gear shift knobs, that kind of thing. The ultimate realization, though, was in 1941 when Ford introduced a soy-based plastic car, completely made with a body out of soy plastic.
Using his showman's flair, Henry Ford demonstrated the strength of the soybean car by swinging an axe as hard as he could at the trunk. No dent, no scratch. So what became of it?
It was just a one-time prototype car. It never made it into production, and the big problem was World War II got in the way. So, they ended all civilian production of automobiles, and the soy car sort of fell by the wayside.
Wouldn't, like, some animal try to eat it?
There were stories of goats eating parts of soy-built cars and so forth, but, that's the risk you take when you're an innovator.
Despite what would appear to be many soy setbacks in Henry Ford's time, no doubt he'd be pleased to see the soy on our tables today. Soybeans, soy milk, soybean curd, aka tofu, and soy sauce.
Henry Ford, soy sauce, regular or low sodium?
Low sodium, only way to go.
Is that what he would have done?
Yeah, I think he would have. He was a real health nut.
Cheers to the soybean.
To the soybean.